Happy Halloween!
Yeah, there you go. Matches Brandon's outfit too. Woman from Jerusalem. The woman from the well. Remember that? With Father Geoffrey. What is this one?
Father June, you look so different. Happy Halloween!
There you go.
My name is Father June. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us for SASH, St. Anne's Social Hour. Welcome to all of you, especially those who are joining us for the first time. If you don't know what SASH is, something we kind of started at the beginning of our shelter in place to give parish updates, and then also we have special guests with us. This is Father Gus and Deacon Bernard. But it's a social hour in which we can share different parish updates as well as take your questions and answers. As you can see, Father June is not here. He's joining us in spirit. He's been on his annual retreat, and he apparently had too much seafood to eat and got a bad case of gout. So he will not be joining us this evening. He's relaxing in his room. Father Gus is going to be coming shortly. He's just finishing up a memorial service. So we're going to go ahead and start. We want to welcome our two special guests, Melinda, our lecture coordinator, as well as she wears so many different hats here at St. Anne, and then Ate Helen Cabilas, who is our finance chairperson, and she also wears a lot of hats here at St. Anne. We do welcome your questions, as I said earlier. If you want to type them into the Facebook Messenger, we will be answering those towards the end of our evening. We hope that you're having a fun time, especially with our anticipated Halloween starting tomorrow. We hope that you're going to be trick-or-treating safely. If you do have pictures of yourselves in costumes, feel free to share them. We might do a best dress for Halloween costume with a prize. So this evening, as I said, Father June is not able to join us. We are going to be starting with our parish reopening. We're very excited to be able to open the church inside for indoor masses for the public. However, it's definitely a process, and we kind of want to go over that with you right now, so that way you know what to expect when you come for worship. Okay, so I hope you folks can all see the screens here. I'm going to be walking you through what it's going to be like when we come in for Mass indoor, inside the church in person. Now, as a reminder, the only two Masses that will be offered inside the church are going to be our 5 p.m. Saturday Vigil and our Sunday 6 p.m. Mass. The Sunday 12 p.m. Mass is still going to be offered outdoor, as well as live stream, with the distribution of communion up until 1:15. So this is our schedule here that shows all of our liturgical celebrations that will be taking place. Of course, our daily Mass as of right now, Monday through Saturday at 12 p.m. is only available live stream only on Facebook, YouTube, as well as the parish website. Sunday, as I mentioned, the Saturday 5 p.m. Mass and the Sunday 6 p.m. Mass will be available for in-person attendance inside the church. We are limited with how many people we are allowed to have inside the church due to the Alameda County Health orders, which states that we can have no more than 100 people in total. Now, reservations, as it says there, are not required, but attendance is going to be first come, first serve only. Once we do reach our maximum list, we will have to close the doors of the church, unfortunately. And we do apologize in advance, but we also encourage you to show up early. The 12 p.m. Mass, as I said earlier, will be available in person outside with the distribution of communion to follow. Now, what can you expect when you arrive at church? So once you park, we ask that you wait on the red social distancing markings that are located on the ground. Please line up on those by household or by individuals, and we will have everybody remain outside until 30 minutes prior to the start of Mass. Once we reach that 30-minute mark, we will be opening up the doors, and our ministers of hospitality will be inviting you to come inside. Now, before you come inside, we are going to be taking temperature checks. If your temperature is over 100.3 degrees Fahrenheit, we will not be able to permit you inside due to safety reasons. As a reminder, face coverings and the proper use of face coverings are required at all times inside the church. And by entering the church, you do acknowledge that you're entering an area that might be considered high risk for the spread of the COVID-19 virus. Once you come inside the church, you'll be invited to sanitize your hands, and a minister of hospitality will guide you to your seats. Very important, though, that once you do get inside, that we ask that you don't wander around to fellowship or to pray in devotional areas or change seats due to safety reasons. Again, we're trying to make this as safe as possible for all that come to worship. And on your screen there, you'll see the pictures of our waiting areas. Now, we won't be taking a collection or during the offertory time, but we do have stewardship boxes that will be available for you to drop off your stewardship offerings. 2 will be located at the entrance of the church, and then if you're not quite prepared yet, 2 will be located at the exit. We also ask that you refrain to using the kneelers, and again, this is so we try and limit the amount of movement and touch while inside the church. The restrooms will be available, however, we're limited to 1 occupant at a time, and you can just wave a hospitality minister to guide you or let you know if the restroom is available or not. Holy water fonts are not filled. The different sacred images and devotional areas and votive candle areas are still remaining closed. We do have several different types of devotional candles available for you. We are coming into the month of November where we do pray for all souls. So we have our memorial candles. We also have our regular smaller votive candles. We do have our Lady of Guadalupe candles as well as Divine Mercy. You're welcome to take them home after you purchase them from the office, or we can light them on your behalf. Now that we're inside, we will celebrate the Mass together. You will notice that there are certain portions of the Mass where things may be recited or you might not hear a hymn, and that's because singing within the liturgy is still discouraged due to the pandemic that we're in. We have been having songbooks. The Breaking Bread issues are not available, but we do post our order of worship on the parish website, and it's pretty easy to download once you go to our parish website. And again, as usual, we ask that you refrain from shaking hands or holding hands during the greeting, the sign of peace, the Lord's Prayer, and so forth. Now, for Masses inside the church, we will not be offering communion at the normal time that we would normally receive communion. It will be done as you depart or exit the church. So that'll take place after the final blessing. We ask that you remain in your seats, and a hospitality minister will guide you to the communion lines. We do have social distancing markings on the floor of the church, and we ask that you adhere to those as well. Now, our outdoor Mass area is still the same. There's no changes there. If you haven't come to Mass outside, it feels very safe. It's very inviting and open. There is a welcome tent where you have to check into, where we do make sure that temperatures are checked, hands are sanitized, and the proper use of face masks or coverings. Our prayer courtyard, a lot of people have been asking, is the church open for prayer during the week? Unfortunately, right now it's not, but we do have a prayer courtyard that's available for personal prayer and devotion, which is open Monday through Friday from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. And you can access the prayer courtyard next to the doors, the entrance-only doors fronting Cabello Street. Now, as we've said in our announcement this past weekend, as well in our liturgies, we are unable to have more services if we don't have more help. It really does take a village to be able to facilitate this and all the different things that need to happen. So we are asking for your help. The more volunteers that we can get, the more hearts and hands that we can get to join our hospitality ministry, the more liturgical services we'll be able to offer. And we eventually do want to get to having people inside the church for our daily Masses, and then of course adding in our 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. Masses that we would typically hold on Sundays. But again, none of that can happen without your support, so please, please, please pray about it. If you're available, send us an email, see us before or after a Mass. There really isn't a schedule that we've kind of put together. It's kind of whoever can volunteer to come at a certain time. But we do welcome you and encourage you to help us in our hospitality ministry. Now, coming up tomorrow, I know we did announce that our 5 p.m. Saturday Mass will take place indoors. However, for tomorrow, we will be having the 5 p.m. Saturday 5 p.m. Mass outside. And this is because we have a double celebration. One thing that we're celebrating along with the Knights of Columbus is the beatification of Father McGivney, which is very, very important. There'll be a special prayer and blessing. He is being beatified tomorrow. So we'll be celebrating that. And our principal celebration of tomorrow's 5 p.m. Mass is our farewell Mass, or Mass of Thanksgiving, for the service and ministry of Deacon Bernard. If you haven't heard already, Deacon Bernard was assigned by the bishop to a different church effective November 1st, so effective this Sunday. He'll be leaving us after many, many years of service to go on to Holy Spirit. So we do want to send him off well with lots of prayers and blessings. So the Saturday 5 p.m., for those two reasons, the Saturday 5 p.m. Mass tomorrow, October 31st, will be available for in-person. It will also be live streamed, but it will be outside in the church parking lot. So if you do want to come, we ask that you bring your own chairs. Another update as we go into this month of All Souls, the month of November. On Monday, November 2nd at 6 p.m., we are going to be having a very nice, beautiful Mass to commemorate the souls of the faithfully departed. This will be at 6 p.m. outside in the church parking lot, but it will also be available inside. I'm sorry, not inside, live stream. So in person in the church parking lot as well as live stream. We do have a limited number of luminaries that will be available to those that come. Again, it's in limited numbers in which you can write the names of your loved ones who have passed. Now, many people have been asking about the Book of the Dead. This, unfortunately, because of the pandemic, will not be a physical book. However, we do have an online book for you to submit the names of your loved ones from our parish website. When you go to our parish website, stanncatholic.org, all spelled out, you can go to the title bar that's named Prayer or Pray. Right at the very top of that is going to be the Book of the Names of the Dead. And so you can submit the names of your loved ones who have passed on to be remembered in this book. And then you can view the book as well. And this is updated periodically. It's not in real time, but it's updated periodically. So we do invite you again to list the names of your loved ones who have passed on. Alrighty. And I think that's the bulk of what we have as far as coming up. And I'm going to click back to our wonderful Halloween atmosphere that Mike Viernes has created for us.
Welcome back.
I like this. This will be Father June.
Just hold it. No, a little bit lower.
So exciting to be able to have in-person worship, but with restrictions, of course.
So I got a call from one of the choir members before, that it's kind of confusing, the message that I got, because supposedly tomorrow, the 5 o'clock, is an indoor mass, but due to the celebration, two celebration actually, right? There will be some outdoor. It will be an outdoor mass?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, as I mentioned earlier, the 5 p.m. Mass only for tomorrow, Saturday, October 31st. Only for tomorrow will be available outside. We're not going to have Mass inside, and that's because it's a dual celebration, and it's less restrictive if we have Mass outside than it is inside the church. And we don't want to turn anybody away. We want, Deacon Bernard especially to be able to celebrate with so many of the parishioners whose lives he has touched.
Yes.
We don't want to deny him that, so that's why we opted
that's a good
to
plan.
change it outside. So we're sad. It's a bittersweet moment, you know, for Deacon to be moving on from us. He's been here for a very, very long time. And yay!
Man of the hour.
Father Gus is here and Father June. You missed it, huh? That's how I started. I said, welcome, I'm Father June.
So we got the blessing from him.
I thought you.
You know, I can hear confession. I just can't give you absolution, but please, I can hear it.
Yeah, please do. Hello. Sorry
Welcome
for
back,
being late.
Father Gus.
Father June, we had a busy day today. We had a funeral this morning. We had our regular mass, and then Father just came from a memorial service at the mortuary.
And San Leandro. Traffic.
So we're glad he made it back safely to join us.
Just close the Blessed Sacrament.
We talked about all the procedures for reopening. And
Tomorrow you're not already.
yeah, we just did that. So outside, 5 p.m. mass only for tomorrow is outside. And
Yeah.
that's to accommodate more people.
We have more fans coming.
Okay, we're gonna take a look at questions. So I have to scroll up and up and up and up.
Beautiful
I
design.
know, huh?
Yeah, Mike Berners.
Right. Do we look fearful or frightening?
I hope Father June doesn't kill me.
I thought you would be wearing the costume.
He can't fire me anymore because I already resigned.
That's
I
right.
thought you were wearing the costume.
I did, I took it off.
What's this?
A surprise.
Oi! Pansit. Long lives.
Yes, Father.
So I'm just going through the comments here.
We're just happy because we're opening
Yeah.
and Christmas.
Okay, so one question, Theo, thank you. So yes, Halloween is tomorrow, but confessions will still be at 3:30. No changes in the confession time.
Yeah.
And it's still outside by the Holy Family Prayer Garden. Youth ministry meetings. Yes, yeah, you saw it there. It is virtual. All of our faith formation programs right now are being done on Zoom, which has been interesting and challenging for our catechists as well as our coordinators. You know, Helen and Jim have been in crash courses over the past month or so on how to facilitate Zoom meetings, and the catechists as well. So it's I've heard, I think the only thing we've experienced, Father Gus and I, is the adult confirmation, which is online, but we have it easy because we only have 6 candidates. So that's a very easy thing to be able to have people come on Zoom, make sure everything's working fine.
Yeah.
I know at Jim and Helen, they have sometimes 100 plus that can be on at the same time, and it's been a big challenge for them to be able to facilitate that. So.
Father John has a hard time during the break up class, break up group. It's still his problem. How to learn the break up group.
Yeah. Theo, what do I want as a parting gift once I start leaving?
Jack Daniels?
It's for you?
Your prayers.
Why not Jack Daniels?
Your
Theo
Your prayers.
is gonna give you a list.
Gas is good too.
No, I'm sure everybody has already heard with the announcement this weekend. But I will be leaving the parish at the end of this year to focus on family. Some people are saying, "Woo!"
Louder.
But yeah, it's a very heavy and bittersweet thing for me to move on. But I think it's time to go back home, to be around family, to feel the warm weather, to be able to go to the beach,
Yeah.
and all the delicious foods. But you all have a professional and official tour guide whenever you come to visit. So.
But let me take this opportunity to thank you, Brandon. As you know, we're able to bring a lot of liturgical services, even with a shelter in place. And thanks for Brandon for actually stepping in and pushing it. And with all my heart, us, the faithfuls, are able to practice our faith and experience it because we're able to reach out to you via stream. Thank you.
You already made me cry on Wednesday, so. But yeah, like I said, it's a very bittersweet thing for me, but I assured Father June I'm going to be doing everything possible to facilitate a good transition. One thing that we are doing in the coming weeks is not this weekend, but next weekend, you're going to see a few more additions to our liturgical ministries. We're inviting back choir or music ministry, but of course it's going to be in very limited amounts. So all the all the masses, the 5 p.m. Saturday, the 12 p.m. Sunday, and 6 p.m. Sunday will have one piano player and one cantor to be able to guide people and lead people in sung prayer through music. So that's one excited thing. I'm happy for that because my voice is done.
And this is for both inside service.
Yeah, inside, yeah. So the 5 p.m., 6 p.m. inside and the 12 p.m. outside. We're also going to be bringing back our altar servers, whom we miss a lot.
Yay!
Yay, I have help.
Yay, Josh! Yeah.
My name is Josh and I have help again.
Josh has help now coming soon. So we'll probably have maybe one, no more than 2 altar servers for our weekend liturgies to be able to assist in serving at the altar. So that's exciting.
And I heard people are looking forward to how we're going to celebrate the Simbang Gabi.
Yeah,
They were
thanks
like,
for bringing it up.
Don't worry, we will celebrate.
Yeah, that's a good thing to bring up. The one thing, there's one official thing that's been decided, but the others are still in the process of discussion amongst our entire staff. The first thing though is that we haven't decided on an exact time of the Mass, but it will be in the evening. It will not be at the dawn hours of the morning. It's going to be in the evening. So Father June and Father Gus can sleep in. But we will have more announcements on that in the next coming weeks.
We've been talking about it already.
Yeah.
So is it indoor or outdoor?
It'll probably be
depends.
indoor, yeah, because of the colder weather.
Yes.
I think we can, it is safe to say that there will be no gathering after with food and prizes and so forth. Things are different, we can't help that, and we want to make sure that everybody's safe.
It will be a memorable year for everyone.
2020.
Right, October, we look forward, especially for the kids, to do trick-or-treating. And we hope we approach it in a very positive way and still thinking of your safety and the safety of others first.
Yeah.
That's like paramount in any of our plans that we do, is to make sure that everybody is going to be safe with the procedures that we put in place. It's kind of sad because I remember last year we started from 3 years ago, I think, when we started our Holy Ween, throughout the church grounds, even with the youth, with the trunk or treat. We were looking to keep that momentum going and building upon it, but
Now
we can't,
gone.
temporarily. We hope next year.
Yeah, but the good thing about this is you look back and you kind of
reminisce
value
on
and
that,
appreciate, those little things.
Yeah, for sure.
So those are the things you're able to bring here at St. Anne's, which they will be looking forward in the future, but might be different because the normalcy that you're talking about will be a different normal.
The new norm.
The new norm.
The new normal.
But we've got so many experiences with the Simbang Gabi, with the Halloween here in church as a community, that we can always look back that we are together, that the staff and as volunteers we're here for you, and we really thank you for joining us tonight.
Yes, for sure. It's different. I mean, we can even go as far back as Lent and Holy Week and
Yeah.
Easter on how
my
different
gosh.
everything is, and it's just kind of
Next year.
continued into. But that's okay. Once the doors of the church can open wide and things are back to the way we remember, I'm sure it'll be that much more appreciated, you know, and celebrated, right?
And will not make it easy for this guy to go away. Okay.
So going back to that mass tomorrow at 5 p.m., you said it's only limited to 100 people.
No more.
The bishop's directives that he gave for celebrating Mass outside, there was not really a limit that was given.
Yeah. But it's indoor.
Indoor,
Indoor,
yes.
it's
Indoor, it's very clearly written in the
25,
Alameda
yeah.
County Health Officer orders of no more than 100 in total, which includes any ministers.
So what's going to happen tomorrow? Let's just say reception.
Tomorrow, it's outside.
It's outside
Yeah.
at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just tomorrow only, and that's because of the celebrations
The celebration.
of Deacon Bernard as well as the Father McGivney
Beatification.
beatification. And thank you to our Knights of Columbus who will be helping facilitate that. And of course for all their hard work that they do. We wouldn't be able to do that with, again, like I keep saying, the many hearts and hands that, you know, volunteered of their time, talent, and treasure to keep, you know, everything alive.
And we reiterate, especially for the indoor masses, we need hospitality ministers.
Yeah, I brought that up.
I already. Yeah. We really need you.
Yes.
But there's still no Eucharistic
No,
ministers.
no, not right now. That's a little more of a too personal ministry.
Yeah.
Kind
Yeah,
of
to be
direct.
able to have that.
And it's after the mass.
Yeah.
So 3.
Yeah, and then, you know, one important thing, because I know it's going to come up because people have probably seen the revised guidelines, or maybe they've gone to other parishes that started a little earlier than us in indoor services. The bishop did say that communion can be given out at its normal place.
Yeah.
So after the Lamb of God,
Yeah.
the bishop did say that that was okay. However, when we talked about it with the staff and with Father June ultimately, and it's gonna be, it is up to him, he wanted to take a more safe approach and leave it to where as people are exiting the church, that's when communion will be distributed.
And I think that that's the best
You
idea.
need to
Yeah.
go back to your seat.
Yeah.
To the pews and it.
Yeah, so it limits the movement, you know, and the contact.
Yeah, because it'll be like.
Especially the weather is getting cold, you know.
Yeah.
It is scarier, you know. So I really appreciate that your approach more is towards, you know, taking a lot of precaution for the safety of
Safety,
everyone.
yeah.
Yes.
And we can't please everybody. We've seen comments of why, you know, this is nothing, it should be okay, it's just like the flu, but, you know, I think for everyone's safety, you know, even the safety of our clergy as well, to take, it's better for everyone to take a little bit more of a stronger approach to this.
That's
I
right.
think we're the sleep test. Because that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. You mentioned
We are all
few-
senior citizens here, so.
Yeah.
The priest is senior
Yeah.
citizen.
Senior citizen.
So you mentioned
These two are.
So you mentioned about flu. Remind everyone for flu shots.
Yeah, well, I
We
know,
don't have them
Do
here.
we have to go
we-
to Kaiser? No, are they coming here?
CBS.
Oh,
Kaiser.
I think, well, you're at the Knights of Columbus?
No, I don't think
No,
so.
I don't think so.
Yeah, not
But
this
Kaiser's
year.
just drive
This
this
year.
Yeah.
Drive.
Contact your health professional on flu shots, but I think that's important.
It is
to get.
very important.
Yeah, it's important to stay healthy, so at least you have the strong immune system to fight the virus, you know. So listen, wear a mask, you know, to protect you
Okay.
and others,
Yes, ma'am.
and social
No, the wine is
distancing.
strong.
Father,
The vitamin C.
There's a question here.
Father's having his holy water. Wait, I see one. Sorry, I don't like going back to this, but my last in-person day here at St. Anne will be December 29th. That'll be the last time that I'll be physically present here working. And that's because I do want to fly back home and celebrate New Year's at home.
Oh.
Thank you, Cynthia, for that.
Feast of the Holy
Has
Innocents.
there been any positive cases within the community in general? I don't think any of us
Yeah.
are aware of anyone within the St. Anne community
No, I haven't
that has
heard
tested
too.
positive. I know we've had several stories of
relatives in the Philippines or
well, relatives or even co-workers of parishioners, but they self-isolated and got tested and tested negative. So thank God, we haven't heard of any cases within our immediate faith
Yeah.
community. So,
contracted in the vicinity or
yeah.
during celebrations.
And we all, have been, started kind of with the staff in general. We pretty much were the only ones at the church for several months, every day. And we were around each other enough that we felt safe. We knew that we were going from here to back home, and that was it. There was no gallivanting anywhere or so.
Only now we were actually like not accepting like anointing of the hospital before when it was high risk. But now we go.
But it's still important not to let your guard down, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Never.
It could be easy to
Yes.
be like, oh, okay, things are back to normal. I can go
Yeah.
out everywhere and be super close with people. It's
Bring your alcohol and sanitizer.
Even if ever the vaccine is out, there's still a lot of
Oh, yeah.
precautionary measures, safety measures that you have to continue on doing.
For the side effects.
I was listening to the news where Pfizer and Moderna is neck to neck on their stage of testing, and it's still a long ways because we don't know where they are really on the testing.
yeah. And if you show up to church without a mask, we will provide you one because we've had a lot of people that have so generously gave thousands of masks.
There you go.
So we will provide you with one if you don't
Yeah.
already have one.
China.
Just let our hospitality ministers know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we thank our generous donors for that.
Let's see. Yes, so again, going back to Simbang Gabi, we don't have a exact time and the date in which it will start. However, it will be in the evening. Just anticipate it being in the evening. And we'll have more information to come in the coming weeks. Same goes with Christmas. We haven't put together our official Christmas schedule as of yet. We have a little bit of time before we can do that, but that will be disseminated as soon as it's decided upon.
The Thanksgiving Mass.
We didn't even decide on the time for that yet.
Yeah.
It's only up to November 2nd. That's the only.
Yeah, Thanksgiving Mass is going to be coming up, and I know everybody's used to bringing their
Food.
bread and wine for blessing. We will continue that. It just might be done in a different manner. You might have to hold up your bread and wine in your hand as Father blesses it, rather than having everything around the
Inside
sanctuary.
or probably outside.
We're not sure yet.
Yeah. Just wait.
We have to make sure that this man comes back gout-free before we can.
Stop eating lobster, Father June.
One fancy retreat.
Was it from the retreat?
We keep
Seafood.
praying for him. Any other questions coming up here?
There's one not at dawn. I think
Yes.
Theodore.
Gabi is what in Tagalog?
Night.
Not
Night.
evening,
Yeah.
Simbang Gabi.
evening mass.
So it'll be evening mass. We're just not quite sure exactly what time.
Yes. Some parishes actually already, been doing it.
Not
at
Misa di
nighttime.
Gallo.
Yeah, I heard of one parish that has started it 2 years ago, I think.
There are quite a few parishes doing it
Really?
at night. Mhm.
I was used to, I know being in Hawaii that's more Ilocano, Misa de Gallo. And I know that was at like 3:30 in the
Yeah,
morning,
that's
4 in the morning,
Yeah.
4:30.
But you know the
Philippines.
reason why it was like that, because of the farmers.
In the
They
Philippines.
wanted to make sure that the farmers are able to attend the mass before going into the
Is it the farmers, not the fishermen?
farmers
Fisher,
and the fishermen.
it depends on what the place is.
Yeah.
So all those early risers, early workers, those already opening at the market also. So they want the early
See,
rise.
I think
What's beautiful in the Philippines, you know, at Mesa de Gallo, is like they have the puto bongbong,
Yeah,
the
outside.
bibingka
Yes,
outside,
yeah.
and you can smell
Good.
them, you know, when you're going in, and oh my God, you want to rush out, you know.
Father, hurry up the
There'll be
mass.
there'll be a line.
but I'm sure you're running out of the church in like 70-degree weather or 80-degree weather.
Yeah,
Oh,
not
yeah,
here.
Yeah, it's
Not like here where it's
Here
in the
it's
30s or
cold.
40s.
We don't need there. It's fine.
Yeah. I think I like Simbang Gabi better because I'm more of a night owl.
Yeah, some of the parish already are doing it in the evening.
Yes.
Like Our Lady of Good Counsels doing it.
I was invited to be one of the choirs in one of the parishes actually, because they have a evening. Yeah. But that's good, you know, at least we're really planning for it, for those
Yeah.
people who have been calling me and asking me about it.
Just tell them there
Here,
will be.
you know, there's
TBA,
Simbang Gabi.
to be advised.
Yeah, to be advised, there's Simbang Gabi.
There's Simbang Gabi.
Don't worry, be happy.
And it's no receptions, no eating. Probably 2020 is more on giving.
Yeah, and I think that's something that we need to practice more. You
Yeah.
know, I know our Simbang Gabi festivities used to be more of a
Eating,
party and
party.
eating
Yeah,
and
yeah.
prizes being drawn. But I think this year we really need to kind of
Give.
focus back on the true preparation of Advent into Christmas, which is giving. You know, and that's one thing that we do need your help on as well. We did put out there for the past, I think, 3 weeks at least, in announcements. We do have families that are in need. We do really have families that are in need, and they've gone through contact with St. Vincent de Paul, and St. Vincent de Paul, as well as the Knights of Columbus, are actively collecting non-perishables, unexpired, whether it's canned goods or dry foods, to be able to put together those Thanksgiving baskets. They'll also be doing the same thing for Christmas. So, you know,
Bring
No
them
turkey,
to the
though.
parish office.
I'm not sure what they've decided on that.
No, turkey.
So you can drop them off at the parish office. Again, unexpired, non-perishable canned goods as well as dry foods to be able to help so many families that are in need right now. Especially, I think the list is getting longer in light of the circumstances that everybody's been going through with the pandemic.
Fred was mentioning about jackets.
Yeah, that'll come.
Yeah.
We'll be making more announcements on that later, closer to December. We also have Giving Tree that's going to come up. That's going to be done in the form of gift cards. Because of the pandemic, you know, we're not going to be accepting clothes or toys. It'll be more of a gift card thing. So,
Which will help them a lot to go through the
Yeah.
day-to-day your needs, you know, essential needs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Here's some more questions.
is there?
Uh,
I saw a couple.
are we getting a new deacon?
Oh.
To replace Deacon Bernard.
We're hoping.
We're hoping and keep praying because we could use the support here.
So Deacon Zen is
Deacon San will be our only active deacon.
yes.
Deacon Ben and Deacon Carlos have been, you know, retired, and they're, you know, we see them every now and then for
Yes.
communion. But of course, especially in light of the pandemic, you know, it's safer that they pray with us from a distance. I want to see this all now. From a distance. Cynthia, that's a good question. Any fundraising events for the parish? So I'm sorry I didn't prepare these slides as far as our budget or I know one question that did come up is the raffle drawing. Sorry. The raffle drawing, we're hoping that we'll be able to do that presentation with our festival chairpersons next weekend. Yeah. Well,
yeah,
during Mass.
During Mass,
Yeah.
yeah.
So that's our target date, is going to be next weekend for the presentation of the check from the proceeds that were raised from our festival raffle drawing, as well as the t-shirts. So
Speaking of festival, look who's here.
It's the festival committee.
It's one of
Bearing
our
gifts.
chairmen.
Watch out, Bearing gifts.
and
Happy birthday,
oh,
grandkids.
Oh yeah,
thank you.
for those who didn't know, last Wednesday,
His birthday.
Brandon celebrated his
Have a seat.
21st.
50th.
21st birthday.
24.
I love Reese's.
Yes. Oh, is that?
Reese's
Peanut
or-
butter cups. Thank you, Anne. Oh, you didn't see my Halloween costume, huh? This is part of it.
He's on a bat.
But yeah, hopefully we look to do the presentation of the check from the festival proceeds next weekend at all our Saturday and Sunday masses. And then as far as budget-wise and
she asked about fundraising. There'll be I will be talking about that at the 12 o'clock live stream mass.
oh, good,
And thank you for asking.
good. Yeah,
I
thank
know
you
you're
for-
a dedicated donor.
Oops, Anne just got called out by Christian.
Oh my! I'm not wearing my mask.
That's okay. Anne's part of our bubble. She's been part of our bubble. She's been with us the past several months too, in close proximity.
Will my shirt fit?
But yeah, that's a great question. I know both Helen as well as our entire finance committee have been working on different ways to be able to promote stewardship, because that really is very important to our parish. You know, it takes all of us together, our entire, you know, over how many, 4,000 registered families or so on.
4,000.
Yeah. It does take everyone's collaborative effort to be able to do the things that we do here and offer the different spiritual resources and faith formation resources that we have.
And we will be publishing our year-to-date September 30 results in the coming weeks. But tomorrow, watch out for the 12 p.m.
Sunday.
Sunday, 12 p.m. live stream mass. I'll be talking about that more.
Great. Thank you. Sorry, Christian, you can't have any.
There was a question about are we going to have future SAS?
Where's Christian?
Oh, yes, we will probably have one sometime at the beginning of December. That'll be our Christmas sash. And Father June will be here. We'll make sure he doesn't eat any seafood before he comes.
No liver, no entrails.
And here's another one. Any idea who will replace Brandon? I don't think we can.
You want to get rid of me already? No.
Joshua.
That's still gonna be discussion.
Yeah, it's going to be very difficult.
Yeah, we have different ways that we are, like I mentioned, going to be reincorporating ministries to be able to help support the liturgies. And I have no, you know, I'm sure that it will all happen well. Keep eating.
Good.
Zero
Is Father
carbs.
June allergic to seafood? No, he's not, but he just has bad reactions if he eats too much. Is that like a Filipino thing?
No, he's allergic to crabs and lobster. But
Oh, okay.
crabs and lobster is allergic. And beef.
Oh, and
That's right. I know he doesn't eat
He's
beef.
allergic to beef?
Not allergic, but he cannot digest it.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's like my son cannot. Yeah.
I don't have any allergy.
Well, except you can give it to Father
Send
God.
it to Father Gus direction.
We see your daily food deliveries.
That's parish.
Any other questions? Did we go through all of our...
Thanksgiving. What are you guys doing for Thanksgiving?
Still on in the plot.
Sorry, Pao. You want some?
But you
Okay. I want to
What is made out?
It's
That's, what, the drink? Oh,
no. It is,
more?
I don't know. Let's
No.
bring Mike on.
Mike, yeah, there's
Oh, no, good.
Come on, Mike.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for the
Well,
beautiful
Mike,
decoration.
barista with muscles.
Are we supposed to say that?
Yeah, he posted this picture.
We have to keep it rated G.
Yeah.
Oh, I said
It might be too
6 packs.
So is it like jar
It's
or
sweet. It's sweet.
no, it's pork, but it's zero grams on fat.
Who brought this? You?
I did.
So
Carb.
Why is it sweet?
Melinda brought us a
It's-
keto-friendly chicharron.
keto friendly?
And it's sweet.
It's
The first time that I
sweet.
take, yeah, it's
Is it?
tastes sweet.
That's for you, Anne.
Oh,
Here you
thank
go.
you. Did you like the chicken I brought?
You brought this? Did you bring this?
I brought the chicken. I didn't make it, but I bought it.
Thank you, Anne.
The spicy chicken.
I love it. I love the spice.
Just push it. Go down.
We're making everybody really, hungry right now.
Okay, more
I
questions?
was so hungry after this.
Do you have any more questions? Anybody submit any more? So before we close, but just to reiterate, so again, tomorrow's 5 p.m. Mass, we hope that all of you can join us, whether it's in person or live stream. We really do want to pray for and celebrate the amazing ministry and the gifts that Deacon Bernard and Jean have given to this parish. And I know I say that on behalf of Father June and the staff and the entire community. I know everybody is definitely grateful and very sad at the same time to see Deacon Bernard moving on to a different parish, but we definitely want to celebrate him. So please, if you can, participate in tomorrow's 5 p.m. liturgy, whether it's in person, outside, bring your own chair, or via live stream, because we will be live streaming it as well, so as much people can participate in that. And there is no drive-through communion, but we do offer the prayer of the reception of spiritual communion.
Can you take
during the
another
Mass.
question? There's a question from Cynthia Roa. What are the sanitizing duties after Mass for those who want to volunteer?
Okay, so I think we'll take this one in 2 parts. One, our hospitality ministry is one ministry. Then we have what we call our Ninja Turtles, our sanitizing squad. So the hospitality ministers typically arrive at the church about 45 minutes to an hour prior to the Mass. They help set up the different things that are needed, whether it's a thermometer, the Clorox wipes, alcohol wipes, the signage, what else? They set all of that up, and then as people are invited into the church, they help take temperatures, make sure mask is within compliance, and then help with seating, as well as the sanitizing of hands. And then they also help with the flow, walking out of church, guiding people, dismissing people to the lines for communion, and as well as the exits. So that's what our hospitality ministry pretty much does. A lot of it is being welcoming, inviting people in, and also making sure that we're being compliant with the different procedures that we have in place. The sanitizing squad will assist after the masses within the church, and they help with wiping down the microphones, the different things that are used within the liturgy, the sanctuary, the altar, the piano, the microphones in the choir area, spraying the seats, with a disinfectant, the restrooms, the cleaning of the restrooms, any touch, what do you call that? Like door arms and stuff. High touch areas, I should say. High touch areas, they help sanitize that. Typically, because we do have little bit of volunteers within that, as well as our youth ministry has been participating in that as well. It takes about, gosh, no, maybe 30 minutes at the most.
Maybe because there's a lot of volunteers.
And then you include the kneelers?
Yes, well, yeah, but I mean, the
There's
kneelers,
no kneeling.
that's why we're trying to ask
Yeah,
people
we
to
don't.
refrain. We know that it's going to be tempting to come in and immediately pull a kneeler down, but we're trying to keep things as sterile as possible and unused as possible. So yeah, the cleaning or sanitizing squad, it's about maybe 30 minutes after the mass is done and everybody's out of the church to sterilize the area before our next service. So Cynthia, if you're interested, let us know. We could definitely use the more help, the better. And I think that goes with any ministry that we have here, whether it's hospitality ministry or our sanitizing squad.
Who do they contact for?
The parish office. Yeah, contact either myself or the parish office. But like I said earlier, and I can't reiterate this enough, the more hands and hearts that we have to be able to help with this, the more services that we can eventually start to offer. Because we do want to go back to having different choices for you folks, whether it's an 8 a.m. mass or 10 a.m. We want to be able to provide that because we know everybody has different working schedules. It's just we can't do that if we don't have people to be able to help facilitate that.
Discuss already the in-person daily mass.
Yeah. Well, that again goes on
Yeah,
to
the hospitality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the hospitality will be trust. The in-person
That's why you
daily
need
mass.
more
Yeah.
volunteers.
Yeah. And we'll still, live streaming is something that is not going to go away for a long time. Just to be able to include our members of our community that don't feel as comfortable to come for an in-person mass or might be at a higher risk. We still want you folks to join in prayer with us via live stream. Thank you, Christian. I did hear that you will be here this whole weekend, to help, and maybe I'll share some of my Reese's
There
with
you
you.
go.
Do we have anything
Any more
else?
questions?
I think
One more question.
upcoming. No?
How about, we talked about Knights of Columbus and what you're planning? I don't know.
Yeah, we took the Father McGifty. Yeah.
Talked about that.
Yeah, that's why we're having the mass outside. Only. Is it inside?
What about the project as far as donations of jackets and socks? Do they?
Towards December, because that's
Okay.
going to be a December thing.
Oh no, I think they were doing the okay, yes. Turkey, for the turkey. Okay. I just saw that, sorry.
That's what happens when you come late, Anne.
I was preparing
The gift.
Anyway.
The wreath, you're preparing the
recess.
wreath?
So I'm looking forward for you to joining in via live stream or in attendance at the 12 p.m. and 6 p.m. mass when I do some reporting from the finance committee.
Yes, for sure. Please join us. That's an important aspect of our parish as well. Alrighty, well, on behalf of Father June
Thank you for joining us.
and all of our clergy and staff and volunteers, thank you for joining us. Have a happy
Ernest.
and safe
Hi,
Halloween.
come on.
Make sure that if you
Come
are
on, join us.
if you are trick-or-treating, that you're doing it safely. There's a lot of different resources and activities out there that you can do at home to celebrate Halloween. But thank you, everyone. Have a good night. We'll see you next
Theodore
time.
Domingo, enjoy your Halloween too.
Like,
Bye.